There is one more story I want to talk about, Rhodes. Elon Musk. I never really listened to any of these Twitter Spaces things out there. Have you listened to some of them? I know they actually pop up on my phone. I never actually tune in.
I guess not. No.
Well, there is we got a problem in this country, man, with fake news. The media definitely has an agenda to push fake news. Now, we were just talking about how the media wants you to believe that there's an uptick in white supremacy. And when Elon Musk actually bought Twitter, remember the media was running a story like there's been an uptick in racial slurs on Twitter.
In fact, I seem to remember LeBron James saying the racism has gotten out of control on Twitter.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, for some reason, it was right like a week after Elon started actively taking over. And Elon said, funny, because we proved it was all bots, but okay.
Yeah. It was bots. Yeah. But you still got the media right now. Since the communists aren't actually running Twitter anymore, they're still out there lying about, oh, there's a bunch of racism on Twitter. Can anybody actually provide any hardcore data on that?
You know what's wild? As bad and most repugnant of place that Twitter is, I never see anything that is blatantly racist.
No.
Ever, to be honest. Unless it's about whites, to be honest. I mean, I
see a bunch of lies from Democrats, including my own rep here, Sylvia Garcia. Man, she's always spreading left-wing lies on Twitter.
Oh, wow.
But I have yet to see any racism whatsoever. Look at this. Check this out. This is you can see the tweet here from Texas Lindsay. Elon Musk shut down his pro-censorship BBC reporter and left him scrambling on how to justify his own questions on misinformation and the supposed rise in hate speech. This is like a 4-minute clip here. Oh. I don't remember this guy's name, but the way to actually stop a leftist and their lies is actually to ask them provide evidence. And they can never, ever provide evidence when it comes to race. Let's listen to this.
Yeah.
To be in content moderation. And we've
Let me go back in.
Sachs that used to be in content moderation. And we've spoken to people very recently who were involved in moderation. And they just say, there's not enough people to police this stuff, particularly around hate speech in the company. Is that something that you want to address?
Talking about? I mean, you use Twitter.
Right.
Do you see a rise in hate speech?
I mean,
but just a personal anecdote, like what do you do? I don't.
Personally, for you, I would see I get more of that kind of content. Yeah, personally, but I'm not going to talk to the rest of for the rest of Twitter.
You see more hate speech personally.
I would say I would see more hateful content in that.
Content you don't like or hateful. What do you mean to describe a hateful thing?
Yeah, I mean, just content that will solicit a reaction, something that may include something that is slightly racist or slightly sexist, those kinds of things.
So you think if something is slightly sexist, it should be banned?
No,
I'm not.
I'm not saying anything. I'm saying.
I'm just curious. I'm trying to say what you mean by hateful content. I'm asking for specific examples.
Hateful content is nothing more than something that the left disagrees with. They brand it hateful. They brand it racist. But let's listen on.
He can't answer the simple question.
Oh,
that's what's funny.
Watch. Keep listening.
And you just said that if something is slightly sexist, that's hateful content. Does that mean that it should be banned?
Well, you've asked me whether my feed, whether it's got less or more. I'd say it's got slightly more.
That's why I'm asking for examples. Can you name one example?
I honestly don't use. Honestly, I don't.
Can't name a single example.
I'll tell you why. Because I don't actually use that for you feed anymore. Because I just don't particularly like it. And actually, a lot of people are quite similar. I only look at my following.
You said you've seen more hateful content, but you can't name a single example, not even one.
I'm not sure I've used that feed for the last 3 or 4 weeks. And
how did you see the hateful content?
Because I've been using Twitter since you've taken it over for the last 6 months.
Okay, so then you must have at some point seen that for you hateful content. I'm asking for one example.
Right.
And you can't give a single one.
And I'm saying
I say, sir, that you don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
Yes, because you can't give me a single example of hateful content, not even one tweet. And yet you claimed the hateful content was high.
Well,
that's false.
No, what I claimed. What I claimed was there are many organizations that say that kind of information is on the rise. Now, whether it has on my feed or not, I mean, right, and
literally
you can look at something like the Strategic Dialogue Institute. They will say that. So
look, people will say all sorts of nonsense. I'm literally asking for a single example, and you can name one.
Right, and as I've already said, I don't use that feed. But
this dude is tap dancing so much. He refuses to answer one question.
Destroyed.
Yeah.
Dismantled.
Let's listen more.
I don't think this is getting anywhere.
You literally said you experienced more hateful content, and then couldn't name a single example.
Right, and as I said,
that's absurd.
I haven't actually looked at that feed.
Then how would you know this hateful content?
Because I'm saying that's what I saw a few weeks ago. I can't give you an exact example.
Wait, he just said he saw it a few weeks ago, but yet he doesn't know what it is? Come on.
I can't give you a specific example. You are
But he said he just said he heard something a few weeks ago though.
Who is this guy exactly? Who is he?
Some BBC reporter.
So he's an actual media member. He's like a journalist.
Yes.
You irresponsible piece of shit going out there and doing this. Are you kidding me? And you just walked into the wrong room. Obviously, because Elon said, okay, I'm willing to believe you. Just let's get the examples out on the table, and then we'll talk about it. And you know Elon, if there was some kind of truth to it, he'd be like, well, we're absolutely going to investigate it. I'll get my team after it, blah, 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 blah. This guy can't give anything. Yeah. Nothing.
And we still got a minute,
except stuttering
on this clip.
Yeah, let's go.
Still got a minute to go, and we'll see if he gives an example.
Let's move on. We only have a certain amount of time. COVID misinformation. You changed the COVID misinformation.
Has BBC changed its COVID misinformation?
The BBC does not set the rules on Twitter, so I'm asking you.
No, I'm talking about the BBC's misinformation about COVID.
Oh.
I'm literally asking you about, you changed the labels, the COVID misinformation labels. There used to be a policy, it then disappeared. Why do that?
Well, COVID is no longer an issue. Does the BBC hold itself at all responsible for misinformation regarding masking and side effects of vaccinations?
Oh.
And not reporting on that at all? And what about the fact that the BBC was put under pressure by the British government to change its editorial policy? Are you aware of that?
This is not an interview about the BBC.
Oh, so. You thought it wasn't?
I see now why you've done Twitter Spaces. I am not a representative of the BBC's editorial policy. I want to make that clear. Let's talk about something else. You want to talk about the BBC? All right, let's talk about something else.
Wow.
Oh, he got
blasted.
Completely undressed by Elon Musk. That is hilarious. And it's not going well. Let's go on to another topic. Are you sure you want to do that? Yeah. Are you sure you want to? Oh, well, so you're trying to call us out because we changed the Twitter rules where it's now actually fair and can be objective when it comes to the Wuhan virus. But who are you to say what is actually correct and not correct? You, BBC, I mean. Who's keeping tabs of what y'all consider to be misinformation and not misinformation? You're saying we've got misinformation. Well, wait a minute now. Could it be that you're spreading misinformation because it's coming from your bloody government? BBC? That Elon destroyed this guy.
Yeah.
He looked like a clown. He got obliterated. God, that was gore. That was one of the best things I have ever heard.
Yeah.
Was the beauty of that.
Yeah.
Why on earth would this douchebag step into the ring with arguably the smartest man on the planet and believe he could step out there with absolutely no facts?
Exactly.
You brought no facts to the table in a brain pan contest with Elon Musk. Are you?
Yeah.
You really are a moron, aren't you? I mean,
see, I love what Elon Musk has done a perfect job with Twitter, but it is light years better
oh yeah.
than when the communists were running. I wish Elon Musk would buy YouTube.
Oh,
Because
man.
I'm willing to bet
I
half
know.
of the stuff we have to deal with demonetization, all the other stuff, that would not be happening if Elon Musk was actually running YouTube.